Okay, so I have just prepared few questions. So here you go. So first of all, from now onwards, you will be using something called Lombok. Okay, so the people who are not aware what is Lombok, so I'll tell you in some times. But for now, just understand like you have to use something called Lombok. Basically, it's like a dependency which you have to use in your project. So basically, Lombok facilitates you to shorten your code. So when I say shorten your code, that means with a single annotation you can have a number of inbuilt codes in your class. Okay, so like getters and setters, constructor, then toString method, then logs, so all that things can be imported in your code by using the Lombok annotations. Okay, so we will use this Lombok going ahead. Okay, so before starting the session, before starting the practice session, these are the instructions for you. So you have to use Lombok and you have to use the SLF4J logs. Okay, for the printing purpose. So basically, so far we were using the sysoi statement, that means system.out.println. So from now onwards, you will be using logs to print the message. Okay, so this is the instruction. And going for your practice problems. So the first problem says create an API. So first of all, everyone, I want everyone to focus here and everyone to practice. Okay, just utilize this time, just 2 hours of time. I don't know how much you guys used to practice of your own, but at least utilize this 2 hours of time. Okay, so create an API which is used to fetch the below detail for the movies based upon its release month and year. Okay, based upon the release month and year. So basically suppose there is some details saved in the database. For now, just assume like there is some storage device where the movies details are stored, and the details consist of name, rating, duration, and its corresponding genre. Okay, so basically you have to create an API which is to fetch the movie details whenever you pass the release month and year. Okay, so suppose if I am querying as a client, if I want to just query what and all movies were released, and that means what and all movies are available on in this particular month of April in 2022 year. Okay, so as a client, I'll just pass this thing. This thing means I'll pass the month and year. Okay, so what I mean to say, if I'll show you my postman, so I want something like this. Suppose I am hosting on the local host. So HTTP localhost. Okay, let's say it is running on 8090 slash. I want something like movie, and in a query parameter. So basically here it is asking the release month and year are supposed to be passed through the query parameter. Okay, so I'll pass movies. Let's say I'm having the variable name which will be passing the month, like question mark month equal to, let's say, April. Okay, then the second query parameter is supposed to be what? It is supposed to be year. Okay, so you are supposed to pass the year something like this, year, year equal to 2022. So this will be the endpoint which I'll use to query for the movie details which has been which is there in my database for the month of April, and the year is 2022. Okay, so I, as a client, I'll send this request, and from the server I want the response, and the response will be the details like name, rating, duration, and genre. So these details I want in a JSON format. Okay, so this is the problem. I hope everyone has understand. If no one or anyone hasn't understand, so just let me know, I'll repeat it once more. Otherwise, I'll give you some 10 12 minutes of time. I want you to just practice this thing, just create it your own, then we will discuss. Okay, so anyone who is there who didn't understand it, any brave person? Okay, so no response means everyone has understand the question at least. So go ahead. Already I have shown you the structure of the endpoint. That means your URL. So this is the structure of the endpoint. Okay, so as a query parameter, I'll pass the April. That means the month and the year. Okay, now you go ahead and create the API. It's a 2024. We'll discuss at 2035. Okay, exact 10 minutes. I am here. If anyone is having any issue, any doubt, just ask me. I'm not going anywhere. Ashish, did you understand the question? Hello, did you understand the question? Which ways? Did you understand the question? What is this? You guys are not responding. Anyways, just try doing your own. So what is the issue, guys? Are you guys not understanding what is what is going on in the session, or what is the problem? See, in the last batch, at the last moment, everyone started saying I didn't understand anything. So if this is the case for you people also, we are not going to help you anywhere. If you are facing any issue in terms of understanding, in terms of anything, just speak it out. Otherwise, it's a wastage of time for you and for us as well. I don't know how much you guys are understanding the concept topics. In the practice session, you are not responding only. छोटे बच्चे हो गया तुम लोग क्लास के, डांटना पड़ रहा है. Spring Boot is just a 4 hours of topic, okay? And still Gixter is providing you so long syllabus. So has anyone done? Any guy or girl? किसी ने नहीं किया क्या मतलब? How it's possible? Guys, just respond to this poll. इसका तो रिस्पांस कम से कम कर दो सभी लोग. Still one person is there who has not responded. So out of 9 people, 2 people are saying they didn't understand. The rest of the 7 people has understand. Then why you guys are not responding now? Have you done the problem whichever I gave you just now? मन नहीं कर रहा है, क्या हो रहा है? Anyways, let me do my job. Okay, so this was basically to create an API, and here the intention of this problem was to make you aware how to use the multiple query parameters. Okay, so let's go to the ID and create the API. Okay, so I'm using my existing repo. You can create your own repo also. Okay, so here already I have 2 of my controllers. Now I'll create one more controller and I'll name it as a movie. Okay, movie controller. I hope everyone can. Okay, I think I'm not able to share my screen. Okay, so what I was saying, I'm going to create one controller. Okay, specific to my this problem today's practice session. Okay, so to make this class as a controller, I'll have to annotate it with the REST controller. Okay, so I did this. Now for this particular problem, I need to have what? I need to create an API which will return me the details of a movie. Okay, and as a data, as a client, I'll pass the release month and year. Okay, so like here I showed you, this will be the structure of API, something like this. The query parameter will be month and year. Okay, so this is how I'll create my API. Okay, so let's go here. Let me create one method, public. Okay, so basically what will be the return type here? What will be the return type for this particular API? Anyone? What will be the type of the return, basically the return type of the API? रिटर्न टाइप क्या होगा?
या सर स्ट्रिंग होगा।
स्ट्रिंग कैसे होगा? हाउ स्ट्रिंग? कुछ नहीं सीखा फिर तुम लोगों ने, मुझे आ रहा है गुस्सा। स्ट्रिंग कैसे होगा? हाउ स्ट्रिंग मैन? हियर इट इज स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, इट इज शोइंग, इट इज सेइंग लाइक यू हैव टू रिटर्न दिस डिटेल्स, सो हाउ कम स्ट्रिंग? स्ट्रिंग में सारे डिटेल्स
लिस्ट
आएंगे क्या?
लिस्ट सब लिस्ट
लिस्ट में कैसे आएगा? व्हाट इज दैट लिस्ट हियर? चलो मान लिया लिस्ट में आ गया, रिटर्न टाइप क्या होगा इसका? लिस्ट तो मान लो, लिस्ट ऑफ व्हाट? लिस्ट ऑफ स्ट्रिंग और लिस्ट ऑफ व्हाट? किस चीज का लिस्ट होगा
लिस्ट
बताओ?
ऑफ टी,
ये
लिस्ट ऑफ
मूवीज
टी।
मूवीज डिटेल का मूवी
लिस्ट ऑफ
मूवी
ट्री क्या
डिटेल
बोल रहे हो? लिस्ट ऑफ
डिटेल का सर मूवी डिटेल लिस्ट ऑफ मूवी डिटेल मींस
स्पीक लाउडली अभिषेक, व्हाट यू वांट टू से? लिस्ट ऑफ व्हाट? I think movie object. Why you think movie object? I think movie object. What is this? I think and I thought. Okay, so basically it will be the return type will be the list of objects, the JSON objects. Okay, so JSON object का एक list जाएगा. So first of all you have to create that object, and that will be what? That will be your model where you will pass the data. So first of all let's create that model class. I will name it as a movie. Okay, so this will be my movie object. Okay, that I'll pass in form of list. So suppose in the month of April 2022 there will be number of movies, right? So basically it will be the list, and list of what? List of the movie, basically the list of the object. So movie is an object here. Okay, so now let's see what and all details we want. Okay, so we want the details like in this class, what and all details we should have? We should have the name, rating, duration and genre. So let's create those fields. Private string, name, private string, genre, private let's have the rating or the float type. I'll give float as a rating. Okay, now what is the other field? Duration. Okay, this also I will keep as a float type, duration. Okay, now it has already asked us to use what? It has asked us to use the Lombok, because anyway if I'll set these values, or if I'll put some value, assign some values to these fields from some controller class of some or from some other class, I'll have to create its object, right? So in that case either I'll have to create its constructor or the getters and setters. So I'm not supposed to create the getters and setters manually here. Okay, so for that I need some annotation, and that annotation will come from where? From the Lombok. Okay, so let's go to my POM file and see whether I have a dependency for Lombok or not. Okay, so right now I have two dependency only. One is for the web and one is for the Spring Boot test class. Okay, so anyway we are not going to create any test cases right now, and this is for the web dependency for your controllers and other things. So now I need the Lombok dependency also. So suppose if I want to add any external dependency here, so what should I do? Okay, for that you have to go to the Maven central repository. Maven central repository, and we have to take out that particular dependency. इस सब मैं बेसिक से बता रहा हूँ ताकि आगे चल के कोई दिक्कत ना है, ठीक है? So this is a central repository. So whatever you write here under the dependency, ये कहाँ जाता है? ये इसी के पोर्टल पे जाता है, यहीं से डाउनलोड करता है सारे jar फाइल. Okay, so suppose I want the Lombok. Okay, so here you can see it is giving you the Lombok here. So different versions you can see here. Okay, so let's pick some version, some stable version. I'll pick let's don't pick the latest versions, because the latest version can have some bugs. Okay, so this version, so just copy this version. Okay, so this is the way. From here only, from the Maven central repository only, you can take any dependency whichever you want. Okay, so this is a dependency I want. Now just it needs to be downloaded also. So right now it is downloading. So as soon as the jars file will be downloaded for this Lombok, I'll be able to use the corresponding dependencies. Okay, corresponding classes or methods, whatever I want. Okay, So now I can use the uh, Lombok annotations. So for now, there is one annotation called data. Okay, so data will give you all the features of getters, setters, constructor, toString. Everything will come from this at the rate data. Okay, now come here. Now, as I told, we need what? We need the basically the movies which will be released in this particular month and year. Okay, and these will be the details. So since in this month and year there can be number of movies, so it will be in form of list. Okay, so there will be the list, and the type of list will be what? Type of list will be movie, MOVIE. Okay, type of list will be movie. Now let me name something. Get movie by month and year. So जैसे मैं नाम लिख रहा हूँ ना, मैं नाम को एक बार देखना भी. Whatever the class names and variable names I used to keep, right, just focus on that part, because it's very necessary to keep the readable, human readable names of the methods and variables. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी रख लेंगे ABCD और एप्पल बनाना, ऐसा नहीं. So method का नाम देख के आपको पता चलना चाहिए कि ये method किस use के लिए आएगा. Suppose if someone is looking into my code, that person should be able to read the method name and variable name, and he should be able to predict what this method is used for. ठीक है ना? Okay, so I have created this structure. Now to make it as a as per the requirement, it will be what? It will be a get request, because we want to send the details, and the month and the year will come as a what? As a request parameter. Okay, now go here. First of all, I'll annotate it with the at the rate of get mapping. Okay, now just have the endpoint. I'll name it as a get movie by month year. I will name my endpoint something like this. Okay, now you have to accept some query parameters. Okay, so the annotation is what? At the rate of request parameter and the corresponding field name, the corresponding variable name. So here, as you can see, I am expecting the month in April in a variable called month. So usko same as it is आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? And the type will be what? The type will be obviously what? Type will be string only. Okay. Now you want to have a second request parameter also. Okay, same way, and this will be what? This will be year. So same way, whatever the variable name you are expecting in the URL, the same thing you have to write here also. Okay, so let me write in the second line here, and here what will be this? It will be also a, let's have it as a integer and year. Okay, now this month and year also should be a part of this controller, sorry, this model class. Okay, otherwise how it will find? Basically we'll have to filter out based upon this month and year from this model class only, right? So that should also be a part of this model class. Okay, so private string month. Okay, private string, sorry, integer year. Okay, now come here. So the structure has been created. Now what we want to send the details of what? The details of the movies, these movies. Okay, based upon the year and month. Okay, so for now we will just return what? We will return some dummy values, since we don't have any storage account as of now. That means your database is not there. So for that, I'll create one list of movie. I'll add some dummy numbers, some dummy values basically. Okay, so list of movies, I'll name it as a list. Okay, equal to new array list. So this has created. Now under this list only I need to add multiple movies. Okay, तो पहले मूवी को ऐड करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? मूवी बनाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, so how should I make? Let's create the, basically I have already the annotations, getter, setters, constructor, everything is there. Okay, so I can use either of the way. So let's have the constructor way. Okay, so movie m1, let's say m equal to new movie. Okay, so I can pass the values here. Okay, I can pass the values. Otherwise you can use the getters, setters also. Okay, so if you will go here, if you will go here, this data is providing you everything, the constructor and all, everything is coming from the Lombok. We are not writing anything in that class. ठीक है, so एक बार देख लेते हैं क्या क्या है. नेम, जेनर, रेटिंग. ठीक है, so कंस्ट्रक्टर में करते हैं इसको. नेम, लेट्स हैव द मूवी नेम एज ट्रिपल आर. I'll name it as, second parameter is what? Genre, rating, duration, month and year. Okay, so genre, let's have a drama, a thriller. Okay, now name, genre, rating, I'll give it as a let's say 8.5 f. Now other parameter will be duration. Duration is, let's say, 3.5 f. Okay, now the other parameter is what? Other is this thing, month and year. So month will be what? So anyway, if you will see this problem, month we are not supposed to send, only these 1 2 3 4 parameters we are expecting to send here. But what will happen if you will see, this is a inbuilt constructor, this is a inbuilt constructor. So whatever the field you will have, all that field will be expected here. It's not like you can skip any of the field. So इसमें आपको by default null provide करना पड़ेगा जो field आपने नहीं choose किया है, जिसकी value आप नहीं भेजना चाहते हो basically. Okay, so we don't want to send the month and year. Okay, because based upon that value only we are filtering it here. Correct. Okay, so this has been created one of the that part, one of the movie object. Okay, so here it is saying create
Sir,
constructor.
hello.
Yes,
I think sir, data is not support constructor, sir.
sorry.
At the rate data part is data part is not support the constructor.
See, there are two types of constructor. One is, that's what I was going to show you. One is what? One is, this is what? Parameterized constructor. Okay, so data is having the non-parameterized constructor. If you want the parameterized constructor, you will have to add this particular all argument constructor annotation here. Okay, so that will give you the complete. See, you got right, this all argument constructor.
Okay, sir.
So data के पास सिर्फ नॉन पैरामीटराइज कंस्ट्रक्टर होता है. अगर सारे के सारे आपको पैरामीटर के साथ कंस्ट्रक्टर चाहिए तो ये एनोटेशन आपको लगाना पड़ेगा, ऑल आर्गुमेंट कंस्ट्रक्टर. समझ आ गया? Okay, so this is one of the movie. Now let's have the other movies also. I will name it as a M2. I'll just pass two of the movies only. Okay, this one let's have some name as a I'll name it as a what? Just name some, give me some name. I am not remembering any name now. Okay, कोई नाम बताओ. बताओ यार, कोई मूवी का नाम तो बता दो. मूवी नहीं देखते हो क्या तुम लोग?
पुष्पा.
कोई, तुमको पुष्पा ही याद आएगा वैसे. पुष्पा पुष्पा. ओके, ठीक है. Okay, so these things I have passed. Now these two are the movies object. Now I need to add to my list. So list dot add, इसमें ऐड करना पड़ेगा क्या? M1 पहली मूवी, सॉरी M1 पहली मूवी, और list dot add M2. ठीक है, M1 M2 हमने ऐड कर दिया. ठीक है, अब यही लिस्ट हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज आवर रिटर्न टाइप इज लिस्ट ऑफ मूवीज ओनली. सो जस्ट रिटर्न द लिस्ट. ओके, नाउ you are done. Correct, you are done. Now I just want to see, since we are not using this month and year as of now, okay, we are just passing some dummy values. ठीक है, तो इस मंथ वैल्यू जो ईयर की वैल्यू हमारे पास आ रही है, आई वांट टू चेक whether I am able to get that value whatever client is passing to me to the API or not. So for that I am going to use what? I am going to use SLF4j. SLF4j. Okay, SLF4j. ठीक है, so this SLF4j log will give you what? Info level or all kind of log it will have. So log dot info, I am just using the info level log, okay, to print. Okay, so I'll name is a month equal to, sorry, month equal to whatever the value client will pass, and that is equal to the month. Okay, similarly I'll give you the I'll pass one more thing, year equal to, the year which client has passed, that is your year. Okay, so I'm just using this log to just print and see whether this has been proper or not, the proper value I am getting or not. So this is done. Anyone, any issue? कोई डाउट है किसी को, क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? क्लियर करो डाउट, प्रैक्टिस सेशन इसी के लिए होता है. Okay, so see, in this my model class I don't have any code, I just have to declare my fields here. और कुछ हमने annotation यूज किया. ये annotation आपके लिए नया होगा, intentionally I am using it so that you can understand. So many so many other annotations are there. If you don't want the all arguments constructor, okay, so no argument constructor is also there. You can use the no argument constructor also. So anyways, data is already having this no argument constructor. So if you are using data, so no need to use no argument constructor. ठीक है, I'll show you how. So if you are declaring
No
बताओ.
argument constructor is used like a default constructor.
Correct. No argument constructor is your default constructor only. ठीक है, बताओ कोई और डाउट हो किसी को तो. क्लियर है? क्लियर है तो फिर दूसरा एपीआई वो करो. Okay, let me run this API first. Okay, let me run the application. Okay. So basically my endpoint will be get movie by month year. So in the postman I should have this particular endpoint, get movie by end this one and 8090. Okay. Okay, so application is started 8090. ठीक है, एक बार हिट करके देख लेते हैं. Okay, so here you can see we are getting the list of objects whatever we have passed. Okay, 200. Okay, ये सारी चीजें हमने वो किया है. Okay, और यहाँ पे we are able to see the details also whatever user has passed. So month he has passed as April and year he has passed as 2022. अगर मैं इसको चेंज कर दूं यहाँ पे अप्रैल की जगह पे अगर मैं मार्च कर दूं, ठीक है, और 2022 की जगह पे 2021 कर देता हूँ. लेट्स सी इफ यू आर गेटिंग द प्रॉपर वैल्यू देयर और नॉट. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे आपने देखा मार्च 20 और मार्च और 2021 हमें मिल गया. ओके, now before going to the next question, now suppose I instead of this 200, okay, ये 200 status code की जगह पे suppose I want to pass some other status code, let's say 201. How should I do? यार लास्ट प्रैक्टिस सेशन में ही मैंने डिस्कस किया था.
Sorry sir, can you repeat the question?
Instead of this 200 status code, here I am getting 200 status code. Now I want to pass some other status code, let's say 201. How should I do?
Sir, with the using response entity, sir.
Correct. So I can use the response entity. So instead of sending the list of movie, okay, so remember in the real application also whenever you will develop, it's not like we used to simply accept the default status codes. Okay, so these are the default status codes sent by the Spring Boot. ठीक है, इसको हम हमेशा कस्टमाइज करते हैं. Okay, so as a developer we are always we are supposed to customize the status code, some specific status code we are supposed to send. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए हमको कैसे सेंड करना पड़ता है, लेट्स सी. So we have this response entity. Response entity will provide us the basically this class will provide us the facility to send the what status code and headers also. Basically headers also we can send. Okay, so today I'll show you how to send the headers also. So see, these things are not in your syllabus, it is not in your planner sheet, but still I am telling you. Okay, ताकि तुम लोगों को कुछ नया सीखने को मिले, लेकिन तुम लोग सीखना ही नहीं चाहते हो तो मैं क्या करूं बताओ. ठीक है, तो रिस्पॉन्स एंटिटी हमने बना दिया. अब इसमें मैं क्या करूंगा, अभी तक स्टेटस कोड बाय डिफॉल्ट 20200 जा रहा था, अब मैं स्टेटस कोड कुछ और भेजूंगा. ठीक है, लेट्स सी हाउ वी कैन डू इट. सो दिस टाइम आई रिटर्न response entity dot first I'll return status, or in the status you need to pass the status codes whatever you are expected to send. 201 मैंने पास कर दिया, ठीक है. Now body, and in the body you will send whatever the request body, sorry, response body you are expected. Response body मतलब ये देख रहे हो इस कंसोल में लिखा हुआ है, जो जो कंसोल में लिखा हुआ है इसको बॉडी कहते हैं, रिस्पॉन्स बॉडी. ठीक है, तो इसमें जो जो भी डेटा को आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो क्लाइंट साइड पे उसको पास कर दो. तो हमको एक लिस्ट ही भेजना था, ये लिस्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. सो हियर वी हैव सेंट इट. ओके, नाउ नाउ ये तो आपको आता है. नाउ हियर इफ यू सी, हियर यू विल फाइंड हेडर्स. अगर हेडर्स में कुछ डिटेल हमको भेजना पड़े तो कैसे भेजेंगे? व्हाई डू वी नीड ऑल दिस थिंग्स? बिकॉज इन द रियल एप्लीकेशन देयर यूज टू बी सो मेनी ऑफ डेटा. बहुत सारे डेटा हमको भेजने पड़ते हैं. इट्स नॉट लाइक सिंपल जेसन ऑब्जेक्ट यू आर सपोज टू सेंड. यहाँ पे आपको सिंपल एक जेसन ऑब्जेक्ट मिल रहा है. कहाँ गया? सी, only simple JSON object is there, but in a real application there will be the list inside it, map inside it, some IDs you need to pass. ठीक है, उन सब चीजों को कैसे पास करते हैं? तो we have number of ways. First way is to pass it into the body, then we can pass into the cookies also, we can pass into the headers also. Okay, कैश में भी पास स्टोर कर सकते हैं, we can store some data in the cache also. So there are number of ways. तो अगर हमको हेडर में कुछ पास करना है तो कैसे पास करेंगे? Okay, so let's see. सो हेडर में पास करने के लिए ओके, बॉडी डॉट, अगर हेडर कुछ करो तो यहाँ पे देखो एक हेडर नाम का भी कुछ हमको मिल रहा है. ठीक है, बॉडी तो मिल ही गया, बॉडी में तो हम लिस्ट भेज सकते हैं. ओके, सो हियर यू विल सी वन ऑब्जेक्ट फॉर द हेडर आल्सो. सो दिस रिस्पांस एंटिटी प्रोवाइड्स यू वन हेडर मेथड आल्सो वेयर यू कैन पास द हेडर. ओके, सो यहाँ पे अगर जाके आप देखोगे, ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे देखो HTTP headers ही expect करता है. Okay, so basically you will have to pass the HTTP headers. So first of all you will have to create, so this one I am telling you extra things, whosoever is not interested they can just be quiet. Okay, but it is important, it is very important. Okay, how to pass headers in response body. एक्सेप्ट करने की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. बिफोर आई थिंक इन द कॉन्सेप्ट सेशन यू वुड हैव स्टडीड हाउ टू एक्सेप्ट द रिक्वेस्ट हेडर्स. क्लाइंट कैसे रिक्वेस्ट हेडर भेजे, हेडर भेजे मतलब हियर, but how you can receive response headers. Okay, for that I am telling you. Okay, for that you will have to create the object of HTTP headers. Let's see, HEADER. I am just creating the object here. Okay, ऑब्जेक्ट बना लिया. अब इसमें हम ऐड करेंगे बेसिकली. तो हेडर में हम जब ऐड करेंगे तो हेडर डॉट देयर इज अ मेथड कॉल्ड पुट मेथड वेयर यू कैन ऐड योर, इट्स सेम लाइक द मैप, जिसमें मैप में आप की वैल्यू ऐड शेयर करते हो ना, सेम वे. तो यहाँ पे हम ऐड करते हैं, जैसे मैं कुछ रैंडम डेटा भेज रहा हूँ. ओके, सो आई एम जस्ट सेंडिंग मूवी क्रिएटेड, मूवी ऐप क्रिएटेड ऑन. ओके, मूवी ऐप क्रिएटेड ऑन, और मैं इसका रिस्पेक्टिव वैल्यू भेज रहा हूँ. ठीक है, तो मैं वैल्यू बता देता हूँ. लेट्स से सम, okay, let's say some random value. Okay, 1 second. If you will go inside this, okay, so basically it can accept the list of values also. Okay, list of values भी आप उसको store कर सकते हो, भेज सकते हो. Okay, so if you will go inside this you can find the list of values and this thing. Okay, so right now I don't want what, I don't want to send multiple values. Okay, I just want to send one value only, not in form of list. So basically this header you can pass here in this one. Okay, इसमें आप header भेज सकते हो. Why it is showing header? Required type string. Okay, 1 second, let me comment it. Why it's showing error? Okay, something is wrong, just a second. Okay, so basically headers, okay, has headers, this is the thing. Okay, this method I should have called. Okay, body my bad. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे आप क्या कर सकते हो, यहाँ पे क्या कॉल कर सकते हो, HTTP headers यहाँ पूरा का पूरा आप भेज सकते हो. Okay, so this method will accept what, this method will accept HTTP headers. Okay, so इसमें आप कोई भी वैल्यू को स्टोर करके हेडर्स को भेज सकते हो. ठीक है, ठीक है, सो कुछ वैल्यू मैं भेज देता हूँ. I think it will accept in form of list only. Okay, so let's create some list here. Okay, list, and in that list we will put basically what happens. I'll show you, I'll put some multiple values and I'll show you there. Okay, I'm just putting a list of string. let's say L1 equal to new array list. Okay, and this L1 you can pass here. Okay, this L1 you can pass, and in this list you can add as many parameters you want. Okay, कुछ मैं pass कर देता हूँ. Okay, so for now I'll pass as a let's some movie name only. Let's pass some triple R or L1 dot add your favorite movie. ठीक है, तो कुछ पास कर दिया. अब ये जाता है, these things you will receive in the header part. header part मतलब इसमें आपको मिलेगा. ओके, चलो चला के देखते हैं एक बार. ओके, so this is how you can pass the headers. Anyway, these headers and all you will not be using at so early stage. This is early stage for you people, so don't worry about the request sorry response header. But yeah, request header you will have to use, क्योंकि उसी में हम टोकन वगैरह पास करेंगे एप्लीकेशन को वैलिडेट करने के लिए. ठीक है, now let's hit this application once again. So if you will hit here, you can see the status code as a 201. Okay, 201, and here you can see the headers whatever we passed, movie app created on triple R, movie app created on same key से multiple values हम भेज रहे हैं यहाँ पे. See, we can pass the multiple values with the same key. This is how we can pass the headers. ठीक है, तो response body में हमने header भी भेजना सीख लिया आज. Okay, so that's it about this problem. We have less time only, so let's move to the other problem also. So let's just see here. I'll explain you first. Okay, so create an API which is used to partial update the below two fields of a movie and return the update detail along with the other detail of the movie. ठीक है, so basically यहाँ पे आपको update query लिखना है. That means you have to create a update API, and that means you have to use here the which one, put request or patch request. I'm leaving you up to you. You can decide which one to use. Okay, the condition is you have to use partial update. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you which one to use. So create API which is used to partial update the below two fields of a movie and return the updated details along with the other details of the movie. ठीक है, other detail मतलब movie के पास क्या क्या detail अभी हमारे पास. So ये सारे detail है. The movie has the details like name, genre, rating, duration, month and year. So along with these two fields, rating and duration, you have to send the other fields also. ठीक है, okay, and you have to update this. So updating this means you have to update the rating and duration. So suppose at now there is some movies which has rating, let's say 5. Now you have to update the movie, update the rating. So user will pass, that means client will pass what rating should be updated it, what duration needs to be updated with. Okay, so these two details user will provide, and the other details you have to send it फ्रॉम द एग्जिस्टिंग डिटेल. एग्जिस्टिंग डिटेल मतलब मूवी का नाम क्या होगा, जेनर, रेटिंग, ये सब चीजें आपको भेजना है, और ये डिटेल्स यूजर भेजेगा जिसको आपको अपडेट करना है. ठीक है, दैट मींस यू हैव टू डू द पार्शियल अपडेट हियर. So let's go ahead and do it. I'll give you another let's say at 15 21 15 we will start discussing after 7 minutes. It's a easy one, so it should not take much time. So start doing. Only second problem. तो पार्शियल अपडेट के लिए क्या यूज करेंगे, पुट या पैच?
Patch.
ओके, ग्रेट. So basically you have to update all the movies, not any specific movie, all the movies you have to update with this rating and this duration whatever client will pass. तो जितनी भी मूवी तुम्हारे डेटा स्टोरेज में होगा सबकी रेटिंग तुमको बढ़ा देना है और ड्यूरेशन भी बढ़ा देना है या फिर घटा देना है जो भी यूजर पास करेगा उस वैल्यू से। Some new names I am seeing. Vishal Singh, first time. One more minute, guys. Okay, so okay, so time's up now. Has anyone done? I think it's a waste of me asking this question. Okay, let me directly jump into the discussion part. Okay, so basically we are supposed to update the two of the fields, that is your rating and duration. So here, as per the problem, we are supposed to update all the details. That means, sorry, all the movies with its rating and duration. That's how this problem looks like. Okay, so let's go to our ID and develop the code. Okay, so for that, let's create one method first. Sorry, I'll have to create it a public method. Public, and then what, basically it is asking us to return the detail of all the detail of the movie. Okay, along with the updated details I want to have the other details also. So basically I want to return the list of movie this time also. So this time also I need to return what, list of movies only, list of movie only. Okay, so get updated list, updated movie list. I will name this method as a get updated movie list. Okay, now now these two details, since it is not given that it will be expected in a query parameter or a path variable, so let's expect this thing in the request body. Okay, so this thing we will expect in a request body. Okay, request body here. Okay, now here as you can see we have just two fields, rating and duration. Okay, rating and duration, just two fields we have. But the movie, the model class whatever we have created here, there are multiple fields. Okay, so always it is recommended in case of patch request, it is recommended to create a separate model class which is able to just expect the details whatever user is providing for the update purpose. Okay, so here rating and duration just user want to provide. So okay, so it's better to create the separate model class instead of using the existing one. Okay, so we will follow the rule, we'll create the separate class, separate model class, and I will name something like uh, update 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 movie, update movie. Okay, I will name something like this. Again I'll have to annotate it with the rate of data. Okay, now let's go here and let's have the two of the fields. The two of the fields are which one, ratings and duration. So I'll just reuse the same code from here, rating and duration. इसको मैं copy कर लेता हूँ यहाँ से. ठीक है, let's go here. Here I'll just paste it. Okay, rating and duration only user will provide. I want the request body of type this thing only, update movie. Okay, update movie, I'll name it something like this. Okay, so that's it, I am done now. Now the structure has been created. Now let's annotate it with the patch mapping. Patch mapping. Now value equal to, I will name it as a update movie, update movie. Okay, fine. Now what I need to do, first of all I need to just check whether what and all details has been provided by the user. इसमें क्या क्या डिटेल आ रहे हैं पहले मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ. ठीक है, for that I will print the log statement, log dot info log basically. Okay, details to be updated, I will pass this message in the console, updated are. Okay, what and all details updated, what and all details are to be updated. Okay, that will come from where, that will come from this updated movie. Okay, updated movie. Okay, so now basically I want to just convert this object into string format. Okay, so if you want to convert the object into string format, what you will have to do, you will have to implement the serializable, or you will have to do what, you will have to annotate it with the toString. Okay, so already toString will be implemented by this data. Okay, now we need not to do anything. Simply I will return what, I will return the list of movies. Okay, so for the sake of simplicity, let me reuse the same code whatever we had used above. Okay. This time also let's have the response entity. Instead of sending the raw list of movies, I can send the response entity. Okay, Now here return response entity dot status. This time I will give you what? I will give you a 202. Okay, dot body. In the body I will send a list. That's it. Okay, so the intention behind asking you to create this API is to make you aware about how to create the patch request, how you can accept the request body, specific type of request body. Okay, so that's it, we are done now. Okay, anyone, any issue, any doubt, any confusion? Okay, no confusion, then let's start the application. Same way you can pass headers also. You can just either in the request header or in the response header, in any of the way you can just accept it or pass it using the at the rate of request header annotation in this parenthesis. Okay, so application is started. Let's go here and hit this particular endpoint. This particular endpoint we want to hit, I'll have to make it what? I'll have to make it as a patch request, and the endpoint will be update movie. In the body, what I need to pass? In the body, I need to pass some details. Okay, some details. And what are those details? Those details are rating and duration. Okay, rating and duration. तो बाकी के डिटेल्स को मैं हटा देता हूँ यहाँ से, मुझे बस रेटिंग और ड्यूरेशन पास करना है. ठीक है, नेम एंड जेनर आई विल रिमूव. Okay, only these two fields I need to pass. So this time I'll pass the rating as, let's say I have to pass the updated rating. So I'll pass as a 5.5 and the duration I'll pass as a 2.5. That's it. ये request body आ जाएगी और patch type का request है, and this is our endpoint. Let's hit it. Okay, let's hit it. So you can see here you are getting 202 accepted, whatever the status code you are sending from here. So we are sending from here what? 202 only, and in the body we are sending the list. Okay, and in the console you can see details to be updated. Okay, so ये details ही user भेज रहा है 5.5 और 2.5. So वो detail हमको मिल भी रहा है यहाँ पे server के पास. Okay, that means our API is working perfectly. Okay, now let's hit it once more with some other values. इस बार इसको 6.5 कर देते हैं, and this one we will make what? Will we make 1.5. ठीक है, so this is how you are supposed to make the patch request. Okay, so you are getting the list of objects here. Clear? ठीक है, then go with the third problem. So here basically what you have to do, create an API to add 15 minutes to existing duration of the movie based on the genre. Okay, so basically करना क्या है आपको कि यूजर क्या प्रोवाइड करेगा, जेनर नेम प्रोवाइड करेगा मूवी का, एंड बेस्ड अपॉन दैट जेनर यू हैव टू ऐड 15 मिनट्स टू ईच मूवी. ओके, जितने भी मूवी आपके पास है लिस्ट, जितने भी मूवीज के लिस्ट होंगे, सबके ड्यूरेशन को ड्यूरेशन प्लस 15 मिनट करना है. ठीक है. Okay, so the structure of the request will be something like this. It will be a get
सर
request only.
सर ये
Yes,
पैच वाले को दोबारा हिट करना है
दोबारा हिट करो.
या यस सर. सर ये जो इसमें हम बॉडी में
Okay,
सर ये जो हमने अपडेट करी वैल्यूज, ये बॉडीज में इसे ये मतलब कौन सी मूवी में अपडेट करना है, या ये भी इसमें क्वेश्चन में अलोंग विद लिखा हुआ था ना लास्ट में,
क्या बोल रहे हो?
along with movie details क्वेश्चन में along with other details of the movie.
Yeah, update
Yes
the
sir,
below two fields of a movie and return the updated details along with the other details of the movie. So वही तो हम कर रहे हैं, रिटर्न कर रहे हैं बाकी डिटेल्स भी. देखो ड्यूरेशन
yes sir,
और
बट ये
रेटिंग
चेंज
के
नहीं
साथ.
हुई ना. मैं ये पूछ रहा था चेंज नहीं हो, वैल्यूज अपडेटेड होना है ना, अपडेट करना है.
Okay, okay. So here I am just sending you dummy values. You can just update it and send it also. See, इसको आप अपडेट करके सेंड कर दो, मैं बस डमी वैल्यू भेज रहा हूँ. आप
या
इसको
ओके
अपडेट
सर.
कर दो ना, क्या हो गया? See, actually there is no data source. It is just a demo things I am showing you. Actually
Yeah,
these
okay.
details will be stored in the database. वहां से हम query लिखेंगे, SQL query, उसको fetch करेंगे, फिर उसको update
एसक्यूएल
करेंगे.
से कनेक्ट कराएंगे ना,
करेक्ट करेक्ट
एसक्यूएल
करेक्ट.
का
सो
यूज
राइट
किया
नाउ
है।
वी जस्ट हैव द डमी वैल्यूज. ठीक है, तो आप कुछ भी भेज दो अभी के लिए तो चलेगा. The only thing is you should be knowing how to just send the data and receive the data. Okay.
काफी प्रॉब्लम्स भी हो रही है स्प्रिंग बूट को थोड़ा।
क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है बताओगे तब ना, बोल तो रहे नहीं हो तुम
सर
लोग,
वैसे
कैसे
तो
सॉल्व होगा
है,
प्रॉब्लम?
सर वैसे तो है, आ रहा है समझ में, बट थोड़ा जब अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाने में या वैसे में, जैसे उसमें ना एक्स्ट्रा यूट्यूब वगैरह से देख के भी प्रोजेक्ट बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, तो उसमें एक्स्ट्रा पता नहीं कहाँ कहाँ से उठा रहा है। जैसे गिटहब से कोई सी फाइल उठा रहा है, वो यूज कर रहा है, तो वो पार ही जा रहा है।
सो आपको स्प्रिंग बूट पूरा समझ में आ गया है? मतलब क्यों
नहीं
आप वो सब
सर,
वीडियोस
ना ना ना।
इतने सारे, देन व्हाई यू आर गोइंग विद द यूट्यूब वीडियोस एंड ऑल? आई एम टेलिंग यू इट्स जस्ट 3 आवर्स ऑफ कोर्स. तो 3 घंटे में वो आपको सब कुछ बता के खत्म कर देंगे. आपको यहाँ
सर
पे
मैं
स्टेप बाय स्टेप
सिंपल
सिखा.
प्रोजेक्ट देखा था, जस्ट अ
आप कितना भी
सिंपल।
okay, okay, you as simple as you will do. The thing is you will involve the database part. बिना database के कोई प्रोजेक्ट बनता ही नहीं है. तो डेटाबेस का कॉन्सेप्ट आएगा तो उसमें बहुत सारी चीजें आपको सीखनी पड़ेंगी. पहले आपको एसक्यूएल क्वेरी लिखने आती है, अपडेट क्वेरी लिख लेते हो?
हाँ या यस सर, तो उसमें मैंने करा हुआ है,
हाँ तो
एसक्यूएल
लिख
मैंने
लेते हो तो
करी
अच्छी
है।
बात है. चलो ठीक है, जब लिख लेते हो तो अच्छी बात है. गो अहेड. ओके, सो वी आर जस्ट टेलिंग यू इन अ वेरी बेसिक वे, स्टेप बाय स्टेप बता रहे हैं. ये 1.5 महीने का
ओके
कोर्स
सर,
है तो वी कैन नॉट जस्ट फिनिश
या
इट विद इन वन
यस
लेक्चर और
सर,
टू. ठीक है,
अंडरस्टैंड।
चलो. चलो ठीक है फिर. क्रिएट एन एपीआई टू ऐड 15 मिनट्स टू द एग्जिस्टिंग ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द मूवी बेस्ड अपॉन द मूवी जेनर. ठीक है, तो मूवी जेनर यूजर प्रोवाइड करेगा एज ए रिक्वेस्ट पैरामीटर, और जो एग्जिस्टिंग मूवीज डिटेल्स हैं उसमें 15 मिनट बेसिकली ड्यूरेशन में आपको ऐड करके सेंड करना है. ओके, मैं बेस्ड अपॉन, ठीक है. इसमें रिटर्न टाइप की कोई बात नहीं की गई है. ओके, सो यू कैन हैव द रिटर्न टाइप एज ए स्ट्रिंग आल्सो. ओके, द डेटा अपडेटेड सक्सेसफुली, क्योंकि यहाँ पे बेसिकली क्या करना है, इट इज आल्सो एन अपडेट क्वेरी ओनली, मींस अपडेट रिक्वेस्ट हमको बनाना है. ठीक है, so the structure would be something like this. It will be what, it will be, let's say, get request, because we don't
हेलो
have. बताओ.
हेलो
Sorry, and anyone saying anything?
सर
Yes,
ये
tell me.
पोस्ट सर सुइए पोस्टमैन सर पोस्टमैन
Abhishek, just be a bit
हेलो
louder.
सर उन्होंने अपडेट किया रेट या हेलो सर पिछले में
Yes,
हम लोगों ने रेट को अपडेट किया बट सर ये पोस्टमैन में रेटिंग अप नहीं हो रहा पोस्टमैन शो अपडेट शो नहीं कर रहा
क्या नहीं हो रहा है? स्टेटस क्या नहीं हो रहा है? फिर से बोलो, आपकी आवाज कट रही है बेसिकली.
सर मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैंने रेटिंग जैसे आपने रेटिंग चेंज किया है रेटिंग अपडेट किया
हाँ
पोस्टमैन के शीट के थ्रू देन ये
हाँ.
पोस्टमैन में जो बॉडी में आ रही है वहाँ पे सर ये अपडेट नहीं हो रहा है रेटिंग ये ओल्ड रेटिंग शो कर रहा है you are passing 6.5 rating then
हाँ.
this body is showing 8.5 ratings
Same thing
या
you are
सर
also
सेम
asking.
सेम।
Same thing you are also asking. So see, okay, 1 second. Let me just make it here. Okay. So मैं हार्ड कोड कर रहा हूँ वैल्यू को, आप बात क्यों नहीं समझ रहे हो? यहाँ पे आप वो कर दो, गेट रेटिंग कर दो, अब वो डायनेमिक बन जाएगा. रुक जाओ, मैं कर देता हूँ. सी, आई एम जस्ट हार्ड कोडिंग इट, व्हाई यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग? ओके, अब मैं इसको हार्ड कोडिंग कर
ओके सर
लूंगा. गेट रेटिंग, अब वो आएगा वहां से उठाएगा. अभी तक मैं इसको हार्ड कोड कर रहा था. रुक जाओ, मैं करके ही दिखा देता हूँ वरना कंफ्यूज ही रहो. अपडेट रेटिंग डॉट गेट ड्यूरेशन. ओके, यहाँ से उसको वो हार्ड कोड करेगा, यहाँ से वो उसको डायनेमिकली लेगा. अपडेट मूवी डॉट गेट ड्यूरेशन. ठीक है, अब जो आप पास करोगे उसको वो असाइन करेगा. ओके, नाउ लेट्स redeploy the application. I was not taking the dynamic value in my request, in my response, sorry. ठीक है. Okay, now let's go here. अब जब आप इसको हिट करोगे, see here you got 6.5, 1.5, right? Now
राइट सर
let's change the value. I'll make it as a 5.5. ओके, अब जो वैल्यू आप वहां पे दोगे, देखो 2.5, 5.5 you got, right? So this way you are getting dynamically. Getting or not getting?
Yes, sir.
समझ
Now
आया ना?
clear, sir.
तो अभी तक मैं उसको
Sir.
हार्ड कोड कर रहा था, मैं जानबूझ के कर रहा था. आई वाज जस्ट पासिंग सम डमी वैल्यूज, आई वाज जस्ट शोइंग यू इन द लॉग मैसेज दैट वी आर गेटिंग दैट वैल्यू. अब उसको यहाँ पे यूज कर लो डेटा को भेजते समय, नो इशू. ओके, सो आई थिंक दैट इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन नाउ. Okay, so we are left with only 6 people. Okay, so let's go to the third problem. We have just half an hour more. So create an API to add 15 minutes to the existing duration of the movie based upon the movie genre. ठीक है, तो मूवी का जो जेनर यूजर पास करेगा और जो भी मूवीज हैं उसमें 15 मिनट्स आपको ऐड करना है. ठीक है, सो लेट्स गो हियर. लेट्स फर्स्ट सी हाउ द एंड पॉइंट विल लुक लाइक. सो एंड पॉइंट कैसे बनेगा? ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स नेम इट समथिंग लाइक ऐड ड्यूरेशन. मैंने कुछ ऐसा ऐड कर दिया है. ठीक है, एंड द बेसिकली यूजर विल पास व्हाट, इट विल पास द 15 मिनट्स. ओके, सो बेसिकली लेट्स से इट इज पासिंग 15 मिनट्स इन अ स्ट्रिंग फॉर्मेट. ठीक है, स्ट्रिंग फॉर्मेट में हम एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे. ओके, सो ड्यूरेशन ड्यूरेशन इक्वल टू लेट्स से 15 min, इसको मैं स्ट्रिंग फॉर्मेट में एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ. तो इस तरह से हमारा एंड पॉइंट बनेगा. Okay, and in the body let's assume like since here it is not given what kind of body you are expected to have in the response, so let's have the string type. ठीक है, string type of body. Okay, return the response, return the success response as movie detail, movies duration updated successfully. ठीक है, तो ये मैसेज आपको पास करना है. ठीक है, मूवीज डिटेल्स अपडेटेड सक्सेसफुली. ओके, so basically you want to have the string type of return, string return type. Okay, so just do it. So basically आपका जो ये बनेगा एंड पॉइंट बनेगा कुछ इस तरह से बनेगा, and it will give you the response here in form of text, that means in form of string. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, करो जल्दी. I think this is clear to everyone. If not, then ask me again. Status code you can send 200, or yeah, 200 would be better. I'll give you 5 minutes for this. Now we are 6 people only. छोड़ते जा रहे हो तुम लोग बीच बीच में. I hope everyone is doing. Okay, then let's start discussing this. Okay, so create an API to add 15 minutes to the existing duration of the movie based upon the genre. Okay, so let's go here and do. Okay, so this time, as I told, we are supposed to have the get request, which will return us the string value. That means the message if the updation will be completed successfully. Okay, so let's first create the method that will return the string type. So as usual, we will return what? An object of response entity. Okay, so we'll return the response entity of string. Okay, now I'll name it as a update movie duration. Movie duration. Okay, sorry. Now this method is supposed to be a get mapping, a get request basically. Okay,
Hello.
I'll name.
So why you passing a
Yes.
string, sir?
Why means, see here the return type is what? This
Okay.
message you have to pass as a message, right? This is your response. So this is in form of string only, right?
Yeah, sir.
What else should I pass? Okay.
List, sir. List plus string both.
नहीं लिस्ट क्यों पास करना है ये चुपचाप सिंपल बनाने को बोल रहा है तुम कॉम्प्लिकेटेड क्यों बना रहे हो इसको ये बोल रहा है क्या बोल रहा है रिटर्न द सक्सेस रिस्पॉन्सेस movie updated successfully like in the website suppose if you are going to update your password or something so they just pass you the message right the password updated successfully or something like that so they give you some specific kind of text message only right so same way we are trying to do any confusion
Yes, sir. You just can you explain sir question once again? Because question समझ में नहीं आया
क्वेश्चन ये
sir.
कह रहा है कि आपके डेटाबेस में मान लो कि 10 मूवीज हैं 10 मूवी के ड्यूरेशन होंगे कुछ ना कुछ तो ड्यूरेशन में आपको 15 मिनट अपडेट करना है हर मूवी के ड्यूरेशन में 15 मिनट्स ऐड कर देना है सपोज देयर इज some movie let's say 5 movies or 2 movies or whatever the number be so in every movie you have to add 15 minutes that in the duration so suppose some movies will be of 2 hours some movie would be of 1.5 hour 3 hours so same way you have to just add 15 minutes to each duration that is the message that is the requirement and once the updated you have to pass this message movies duration updated successfully और जो
Okay,
ये
sir.
मूवी का ये ड्यूरेशन जो आएगा 15 मिनट Okay, you have that will be passed in the query parameter. Okay,
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. So let's go here. Here I'll name it as a update duration. Okay, so we'll make it a generic, not only for 15 minutes, any duration it can update. Okay, whatever the user will provide. So here and again what it is saying, uh, supposed to be expected as a path variable. Okay, so query parameter नहीं होगा, एक path variable होगा. So here if you see, this will be a path variable. So if I'll make it for the path variable, so how it will look like? It will look something like this: add duration slash 15 minute. Okay, so I'm just make it as a update duration. इसका नाम चेंज कर लेते हैं थोड़ा सा अच्छा लगे देखने में. Update duration slash 15 minute ऐसे जाएगा. ठीक है. So here what should I do? I need to annotate it with the at the rate of path
Path variable.
variable. Right? And the type will be what? String, and it will be duration. Okay. So again here what you are supposed to have a placeholder and just name it like duration. एक placeholder बनेगा क्योंकि path variable है और यहाँ पे उसका नाम लिखना पड़ेगा. Just write it like value equal to duration, or without value also it will work. Okay, so this same name, इसी नाम, ये नाम दोनों सेम होना चाहिए, तभी वो उसको वहां से उठाएगा, इसको असाइन करेगा. Otherwise if you will give the different name, it will not assign the correct value. Okay, so that's it. So for our purpose we will just check if we are getting the correct duration or not. Okay, the duration provided to be updated equal to plus duration. Okay, I'm just printing it so that I can know whatever the path variable user is passing, I am getting it here. Okay, now simply just return the string type. Okay, so return type string hoga, but we want to have pass in the response entity dot, I will make it a status as a okay 200. Okay, ठीक है. Then I'll pass the body as a string type and ये मैसेज पास कर देना बॉडी में, मूव इज अपडेटेड सक्सेसफुली. So right now it's nothing is going on so technical. It's just a format we have to create. कोई हम query use नहीं कर रहे हैं, nothing we are doing. We are just using the raw dummy thing, the dummy updation. Actual में कोई updation हो नहीं रहा है हमारे पास. ठीक है, understood? So that's how the API will be created. So basically whatever the duration user will pass from the client side, that will be updated in the movie. So basically यहाँ पे जब आप डीबी के साथ कनेक्ट करोगे तो डेटाबेस को क्वेरी करोगे और वो ड्यूरेशन उसमें अपडेट करोगे और सेव करोगे, फिर ये मैसेज पास करोगे. बट सिंस वी डोंट हैव दोस थिंग्स राइट नाउ, so we are just passing the raw text. Okay, simply passing the raw text. That's it. Let's restart the application. ठीक है, my application is started now. Let's go and hit it. So update duration 15 minute or whatever minute I will pass, that will come and it will be assigned to this part. Okay, it will be a get mapping only. So fine, now let's hit it. Okay, so as soon as you will hit it, you will get the response code as a 200. Okay, and the movie duration updated successfully, the message whichever you are passing there. Now let's go to console and see whether we are getting 15 minute or not. So here you can see the duration provided to be updated equal to 15 minutes. So जो भी duration आप provide करोगे वो यहाँ पे console पे आ जाएगा आपके. Okay, that means you are getting the correct data, correct path variable. इसको अगर मैं 25 minute कर दूं या 27 minute कर दूं, same data you will get in your console. So here you can see the duration provided to be updated equal to 27 minutes. Okay, otherwise you can just put here also in the response that many duration has been updated. यहाँ पे भी ऐड करके रिस्पॉन्स दिखा सकते हो, ये भी दिखा सकते हो. करेक्ट. So that's it about this particular problem. Okay, now let's go to the other API, create an API to delete the movie based upon the genre provided. ठीक है, तो यूजर क्या करेगा, आपको genre देगा, basically let's say drama or thriller or adventure whatever. ठीक है, so based upon that drama, based upon that genre of the movie, you have to delete the movie. Okay, and that has to be passed as a query parameter. ठीक है, so let's first see how the request will look like. So it will look something like this. It will be a get delete request. Okay, and here whatever we are supposed to pass, let's have the endpoint as a delete movie. Delete movie मैंने बना दिया, और क्या होगा, now it is supposed to be what, path variable, sorry not path variable, query parameter. So let's pass the genre in the variable called genre itself. Okay, so here you will pass, let's say drama. ऐसे जब इसको आप हिट करोगे तो वो मूवी आपको डिलीट हो जाना चाहिए और उसका रिस्पॉन्स आ जाना चाहिए. ओके, so basically here also you should have the return type like, okay, return type कैसे होगा, movies duration delete, movie deleted सक्सेसफुली. ठीक है, ये आपको मैसेज पास कर देना है. दैट्स इट, इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल. नाउ क्रिएट इट. Okay, just try doing it same like the above one, the third one. It will be the same, almost same. Okay, uh, okay, then let's do it. So this time, as it is asking us to delete the movie based upon the genre, so again we have to create what, basically a delete type of request, which will have what, request parameter, and that request parameter will be the genre name. Okay, so let's have it public. I'll again make it as a part of response entity only, so you also try to return the response entity from now onwards. That's how we do in the real application also. Okay, so this time also it will return the string, response entity of type string. Okay, I will name it as a delete by genre. And now you have to make it what, delete request. Just mark it as a delete mapping. Okay, value will be value will be, let's say, delete movie. Okay, and it is expected to be what, query parameter, not the path variable. Okay, fine. So let's name it properly. ओके, ये क्वेरी पैरामीटर होगा. तो कैसे करना है क्वेरी पैरामीटर को? एट द रेट ऑफ रिक्वेस्ट पैराम. ओके, its value will be, let's have some value called, let's say, gener. In this variable only user will pass from the client side. Okay, now it will be a string type. Correct, that's it. Now we have to do what? We have to just pass this message, this particular message, movie is deleted successfully. First of all, let's check whether we are getting the correct genre name or not, whatever user is providing. Okay, so movie to be deleted for genre equal to genre name. Movies to be deleted for genre equal to genre. Okay, so whatever genre user will pass, that we are just try to print it here. Okay, so now in the return type, what will be the return? It will be an object of response entity dot, let's pass the status code this time. Let's pass it like 203. Okay, then body will be a string, and the message will be what? Movies deleted successfully. Okay, we will add one more thing, plus movies deleted successfully for this particular genre. Okay, जो यूजर प्रोवाइड करेगा. ठीक है, उसको मैं पास कर दे रहा हूँ एज इट इज. That's it. This will be a request parameter which will be called, which the value will be passed in this particular variable. Okay, and based upon that variable we will just delete the movie. Okay, and we will just return this particular message. Okay, now let's rerun the application. Okay, so here it will be what? It will be a delete request, delete movie, genre equal to drama, delete movie. Same endpoint should be same. Okay. So application has started now. Let's go here and hit it. So here you can see 202. This is basically what the meaning of this 203, whatever we are passing. Just remove it, means just ignore it for now. Movies deleted successfully for drama. Okay, so if you will pass here thriller, so for thriller whatever you are getting, movie deleted successfully for thriller. Okay, so जो भी आप यहाँ पे पास करोगे रिक्वेस्ट पैरामीटर में, उसके हिसाब से वो मूवी को डिलीट कर देगा डेटाबेस में जाके. Okay, so that's about this particular problem. If I pass it as a fiction, so movies deleted successfully for fiction. Okay, so that's it about this particular request. Okay, and the same value will be printed in the console also, the log information basically. So here you can see in the log also we are getting the same request parameter whatever user is passing. Okay, now let's go here, and for today this is the last problem. We have 5-6 more minutes, so let's do it quickly. Okay, so the question says create an API to fetch the list of all movies available based upon the ratings provided as by the as path variable. Okay, so basically आपको return करना है list of movie based upon the rating provided in the path variable. Okay, so what I mean to say, it will be a get request. Okay, because we have to pass the movie details. Okay, so get movie, suppose my endpoint name is get movie, and in the path variable what will be passed, the rating. So suppose 8.5 rating की जो भी मूवी मुझे चाहिए, तो यूजर ऐसे प्रोवाइड करेगा गेट मूवी स्लैश 8.5. सो उसको सारे मूवीज के नाम मिल जाएंगे जिसकी रेटिंग 8.5 होगा. ओके, so that's how you have to hit it, and you will get the list of objects here, list of movie objects. Okay, so try doing it. I'll give you 5 minutes. At 10 o'clock sharp we will start discussing it. It's a simple API. This is also a simple API, same as the first one. पहले वाले की तरह ही होगा, but just try doing it your own, then we will discuss. तुम लोग 2 घंटे भी मेरे साथ प्रैक्टिस करते ना प्रैक्टिस सेशन में, तभी भी तुम लोग सीख जाते हैं. पता नहीं करते ही नहीं होगे मुझे लग रहा है. So basically rating will be provided as a path variable. Okay, so start doing it. You have 4 more minutes. Hmm. Okay, so 2 more minutes. So guys, tomorrow we will learn how to validate the request. Okay, so we'll use the Hibernate annotations and we will try to validate it. Whatever user is passing the details, the records, basically the request body or and everything, those things we will validate it. So it will be a new thing for you people. So I'll suggest just join the session. Don't miss tomorrow's session. Okay, so let's get started now. ठीक है. चलो. So basically we have to return the list of what? List of movies based upon the genre provided by the user. Okay, so it will be a get request and the with the path variable basically. Okay, so let's do it. So here it will be public response entity list of movies. Sorry, list of movie. Okay, and I will name it as a get movie by genre. ठीक है, नाम प्रॉपर रखना मेथड का हमेशा. Okay. Now we are supposed to expect the genre name in the path variable. Okay, so just annotate it with the path variable, give some value. Okay, value I'll give the same gener. Okay, now it will be a type of string, name it as a string. Now this particular method should be annotated with the get mapping, value equal to get movie by gener. You can give any endpoint. Okay, and you have to pass the path variable. So path variable will be this particular value only. Correct. Now you have to return what? You have to return the list of movies. Okay. So already we have created the list of movies here. I'm going to use the same. I will not use the. I'm not going to create basically. You already know how to create the list and add the movies. Okay. So I'm just reusing the same code. Okay. So this get gener and all. I'll have to hard code it here. Rating. I'll make the rating as a 6.5, floating type, duration as 3.2. I'm just giving the random value, so don't worry about this value. You should be knowing just how to pass the data, how to pass the JSON object in the response. That's it. Okay, and the genre should be whatever the user has passed here. तो इसको hard code नहीं करेंगे, इसको हम dynamic लेते हैं, ठीक है? Okay, so this thing also let's have some value. I'll give the rating as a 7.6, duration as a 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 float. Okay, that's it. This year and all you can just put some values, otherwise for now I am just giving it null. Correct. So these two movies will be added to the list, and I'll just return the object of response entity dot okay dot body. Body में क्या pass करेंगे? List. That's it. Okay, so here you are getting genre. Let's print whether you are getting the correct genre or not. Print करके देख लेते हैं. Log dot info movie details based on genre या genre whatever. ठीक है. That's it. We are done. Okay. So let's restart the application. Okay, so this is our endpoint. Let's go to Postman and configure it. ठीक है. The endpoint of first we will try to fetch the drama, all the drama kind of movie. Okay, it will be a get request. Let's see if it started. It's started now. ठीक है. Go here, hit the application. Okay, so here you are getting all the drama movies. ठीक है. Right now don't go with the name and all. I'm just hard coding everything. Only this genre is dynamic. ठीक है. So सारे ड्रामा वाली मूवी आ गए. यहाँ पे थ्रिलर करोगे तो सारे थ्रिलर वाली मूवीज आ जाएंगे. ओके, सो हियर यू कैन से यू आर गेटिंग थ्रिलर. ठीक है, इसी तरह से फिक्शन कर लो तो सारे फिक्शन वाले मूवीज आपको मिल जाएंगे. करेक्ट. एंड यू आर गेटिंग 200 also, so response code is also proper, and the same message you will get the genre name you will get in the console also. So that's it about the today's session. I hope at least you would have understood 50%. ठीक है, तो let's wind up the session now. Good night everyone, and have a have a happy learning also. ठीक है, I'm just stopping my recording.